Dr. Alex Carter was alone on Research Station 9, a small human science base on the edge of known space. He was not a soldier or a pilot. He was a doctor, smart, calm, and curious. Most days were quiet. He studied alien plants and did health checks on passing travelers. Nothing exciting ever happened here. But tonight was different. At 2:13 a.m., the base alarm screamed. The ground shook. The lights blinked. Something had entered the atmosphere fast. Too fast. Alex looked at the radar. An unknown ship was crashing toward the nearby forest. Without thinking, he grabbed his med kit and ran outside into the cold alien night. The sky above was dark purple, full of stars. Smoke rose from the forest. Trees were on fire. He reached the crash site in minutes. A silver ship, broken and burning, sat in the dirt. It didn't look human. It was smooth, glowing, and alive, like it was breathing. Then he saw her. An alien figure stuck out of the wreckage. She was tall, almost glowing, with skin like shining metal and eyes like liquid gold. In her arms she held a small, unmoving body, her child. She looked at Alex with desperation. Her voice was soft but strong. Human. Fix my child, she said, her voice trembling. And I will give you any pleasure you want. Alex froze. He had seen many things in his career, but never this. He didn't care about the reward. He looked at the child. The small alien was not breathing. Its body flickered like a dying light. Whatever it was fading fast. Bring him inside, Alex said quickly. I'll do my best. Inside the station, he cleared the exam table and placed the child gently down. His tools were ready, but the alien's body was unlike anything he'd studied. No bones, no blood, no heartbeat. It was made of energy, or something close to it. The alien mother watched in silence, her hand shaking. What happened to him? Alex asked. We were running, she whispered. They are hunting us. He was hit. I don't know how to help him. Only you can. Why me? Alex asked. I'm just a human doctor. She looked at him, eyes full of pain. Because humans still care. My kind. We lost that long ago? Alex didn't fully understand, but he felt her fear. He worked fast. Scans showed strange signals from the child's body. Its energy levels were low. Its life force was slipping. He tried a stim pulse. No effect. He tried warming the body. Nothing. Then something strange happened. The child spoke, even while unconscious. Words came from its mouth in a soft, unknown language. The lights in the room flickered. The air grew heavy. The mother stepped forward. He's dreaming, she said. He's calling for help. He doesn't know how to reach you. Alex took the child's small hand. It was warm and buzzing like a soft electric current. He closed his eyes and spoke gently. It's okay. You're safe now. The child's body glowed for a second, just a blink. But it was a sign. He felt you, the mother said, surprised. He felt your kindness. Alex nodded. He didn't know what was happening, but he knew one thing. The child didn't need just medicine. It needed connection. It needed care. As he continued his work, the alien mother told him more. She said their ship was attacked by something ancient. Cold, merciless hunters from deep space. She had nowhere else to go. No one else would help. You are the last hope, she said. If my child dies, they will come for your world. Next, Alex felt a chill. He looked at the small glowing body on his table. Saving this child might be bigger than just saving one life. Outside, the wind howled. A strange sound echoed through the air, a deep hum like machines waking up. The mother's eyes widened. She looked toward the door. They're here, she whispered. They found us. Alex stood up, heart racing. The child was still not stable. The enemies were close, and he had no idea what would happen next. But one thing was clear. He had to save the child. No matter the cost. The lights in the lab were dim. A soft humming sound filled the room. Not from any machine. It was coming from the alien child's body. Dr. Alex Carter didn't sleep. He sat beside the exam table, eyes locked on the strange boy. It had been 5 hours since the crash. 5 hours since a glowing alien mother begged him to save her only child. Now, that child was glowing again, but this glow was different. It wasn't fading like before. It was growing. The boy's skin, if you could call it skin, pulsed with soft blue light. Tiny symbols appeared on his chest, moving like living tattoos. They weren't there before. Alex leaned closer. The symbols were forming shapes. Circles, spirals, maybe a message. Suddenly, the boy's eyes opened. But not fully, only a crack. Just enough for a single shining tear to fall down his cheek. Then he spoke, but not with his mouth. His voice echoed inside Alex's mind. Chain is broken. The spark is lost. Alex jumped back. He felt the words inside his head, clear and cold. The child's body didn't move. His mouth was still. Yet the message was real. The alien mother stepped forward. Her face was pale with fear. Should not be speaking, she said. Not like this, not yet. What do you mean? Alex asked. What is he? She hesitated, then spoke slowly. He's not just my son. He's a keeper. A keeper of what? The mother looked toward the ceiling, her golden eyes full of sorrow, of memory, of energy. Oh, our people's soul? Alex stared at the child. He looked like a child, small, fragile. But now Alex knew. He carried something much bigger inside. Him. Something ancient. Something powerful. The symbols on the boy's chest started to glow again. Brighter now. One symbol, a sharp triangle, rose above his skin and floated in the air. It hovered, spinning slowly. Bennett shot across the room and stopped in front of Alex. Hovering there, waiting. Alex reached out slowly. And as soon as his finger touched, the glowing triangle flash. The room disappeared. He was no longer in the lab. He was standing in a vast black space, surrounded by stars. Floating cities spun around him. Giant alien ships hung in the void, like silent gods. And in front of him stood the same alien child, healthy, awake and glowing brighter than the sun. You are not supposed to be here yet, the child said. Calmly, but you touched the key. You saw the truth. What truth? Alex asked, trembling. The boy raised his hand. Your kind was not an accident. We made you. Then we abandoned you. But you grew. You changed. You became more than we ever were. Alex couldn't speak. And now, the child continued, only humans can bring back what the galaxy has lost. Suddenly, dash flashed out. Alex was back in the lab. He gasped, shaking, sweat on his face. The alien mother ran to him. You touched the triangle? She asked. Alex nodded slowly. She looked both scared and amazed. Then it has begun. Outside, the air was no longer silent. A deep, metallic roar echoed through the hills. The hunters had arrived. The silence was gone. It was replaced by a sound, like metal grinding against bone. It came from the sky, deep and cold, not loud, but powerful enough to shake the soul. Dr. Alex Carter stood frozen by the lab window, staring up at the stars. They were vanishing one by one. The stars were being swallowed by something. Something massive. Something invisible. A shape moved across the sky like a shadow behind a curtain. No lights, no signals, just silence. And then that grinding sound again. The alien mother stepped beside Alex. Her golden eyes narrowed. They're here, she whispered. The ones who hunt the keepers. Alex turned to her. Who are they? She didn't blink. They were once like us, now. They are machines with no hearts. They feed on memory, on energy, on life. The room lights flickered. The alien child on the table stirred again. The triangle symbol from before reappeared above his chest, spinning faster now, like it was warning them. Outside, the wind changed. It didn't blow. It stopped completely. Not a single leaf moved, not a sound from the trees. The world was holding its breath. Then came the drop. A sharp thud, like a giant foot hitting the earth. Then another. Then dozens. Shapes appeared on the edge of the forest. Tall, black, and thin, like needles walking on two legs. Their bodies made no sound as they moved, but the ground cracked beneath them. They had no faces, Just single red eyes that blinked. Slowly. Watching. Searching. Alex felt his heartbeat speed up. He turned to the mother. We need to leave. We're not safe here. She shook her head. We can't run. They don't follow ships. They follow the child's energy. No place is far enough. Suddenly, a high-pitched whine filled the lab, sharp enough to make Alex cover his ears. The glass on the windows cracked. The air turned heavy. Like it was full of sand. The child cried out in his sleep. His small hands gripped the table. His light flickered dangerously. They're pulling his life force. The mother gasped. They're draining him without even touching him. Alex didn't wait. He grabbed a portable shield generator from the wall and slammed it on the floor. A soft blue dome spread out, covering them all. The noise stopped. For now, the child's breathing returned to normal. Barely. The mother looked at Alex with wide eyes. That was human tech? Alex nodded, still catching his breath. Old military gear. Outdated but reliable. She smiled faintly. Your species surprises me, again and again. Outside, the hunters moved closer. One stepped up to the shield. Placing a long black hand against it, the blue shield crackled. Then the hunter spoke, not with sound, but directly into their minds. Its voice was cold and sharp. Give us the key, or we will take your minds. One scream at a time. Alex's eyes narrowed. He stepped between the hunter and the child. Come and try. The shield was fading. Its blue light blinked slowly, like a heartbeat losing rhythm. Outside, the hunters stood still, not moving, not speaking, but waiting. They had all the time in the world. Inside the lab, Dr. Alex Carter felt the weight of hopelessness pressing on his shoulders. Every tool, every scan, every trick in his kit, none of it worked. The alien child was dying, not from a wound, not from a virus, but from something deeper, from being alone. The alien mother knelt beside the table. Her glowing hands hovered above her child's chest, trembling. She whispered in her own language, soft, musical words, but the child did not stir. His light was nearly gone. Alex backed away, staring at the screen. The readings made no sense. Life signals flickering, memory waves dropping. Emotional frequency flat. Your medicine is too cold, the mother said suddenly. Alex looked at her. What do you mean? She looked at him with tired, ancient eyes. Your machines can't heal what he's losing. He needs something warm, something human. Alex sat down beside the child. His hands were shaking now. I'm not magic, he said quietly. I'm not a hero. I'm just a doctor with an old station in the middle of nowhere. The mother placed a hand on his. You are more than that. You are human. That is enough. Alex looked down at the child. He remembered his little brother. Years ago, lying in a hospital bed, weak, afraid. Their mother had no machines, no power, only a song. So Alex did the only thing he could. He began to sing, not a perfect song. Just a soft melody from Earth, something his mother used to hum. A lullaby about light and stars and finding your way home. His voice cracked. But he kept going, and something happened. The child's light flickered, not randomly, but with rhythm. Matching the music. The mother gasped. He hears you? Alex kept singing, his hand gently resting on the boy's tiny arm. The temperature, and the room rose by 1 degree. The triangle symbol returned, glowing softly above the chest. The boy's fingers moved. Then, for the first time, he breathed. One short breath. Then another. Then deeper. Alex leaned closer. The symbols on the screen changed. Energy was flowing again, weak, but growing. The child's emotional wave returned, small, fragile, but present. He was coming back. The alien mother covered her mouth with both hands. Tears, bright and golden, fell from her eyes. You did it, she whispered. Alex shook his head. No, we did it. The boy's eyes opened, only a little, but they focused. They looked at Alex and smiled. A soft voice filled the room. Not words. Just a sound. Trust. Then the shield collapsed. Blue dome vanished with a crackling spark. The hunters moved, faster than anything Alex had seen before. One of them raised a long black spear, aiming for the lab. Alex turned, pulling the boy close. The mother stood up, both arms glowing now, her body lit like a star. You will not touch him, she shouted. A wave of golden light burst from her. Hands slamming into the first hunter. It screeched and fell back, smoking. The others paused. Then they began to change, growing taller, sharper, angrier. Alex stood beside her, shielding the child. We have one chance, the mother said. If we can awaken him fully, he can stop them. Alex looked down at the small boy in his arms. He had no weapons, no armor, just a human heart, and a touch that gave life. The lab was quiet again, but not peaceful. Ash floated in the air like falling snow. One of the hunters lay in pieces outside, its body still smoking. The others had vanished into the forest, but not forever. They would return. Inside. Alex held the child close. The boy's energy had stabilized, but he was still weak, still glowing, still not normal. The alien mother knelt beside them. Her silver skin flickered, dimmer than before. She had burned much of her own power to protect them. Alex looked at her, confused and breathless. What is he? He asked. What are you? The mother looked at her child with gentle eyes. We were once called the Ellerin, she said. A race of light, builders of stars, shapers of minds. She paused, her voice full of pain. But we lost something. Something we never understood until it was too late. Alex waited, heart pounding. The mother turned to him. Her next words hit like thunder. We created your kind. The room seemed to freeze. Alex stared at her. What did you just say? She nodded slowly. Humans. Earth. All of it. It was a forgotten experiment, long before our fall. We needed a species that could feel deeply, that could choose compassion. Even when it made no sense. Alex shook his head. Why? Why make us like that? The mother's voice was low and full of regret, because we couldn't feel it anymore ourselves. She stood up, walking toward the lab window. Outside, the stars had returned. We thought emotions were weakness, so we removed them. Bit by bit, for efficiency, for order, for control. She touched the glass. But when the hunters came, born from our own failed machines, they were stronger than us, colder than us, and we had no will to fight them, no love to protect what mattered. Alex felt cold. And Earth? What happened to us? We forgot you, she said simply. Your planet was left behind, but you didn't stop. You evolved. You became something new, something better. She turned, her eyes shining. You became human. The child stirred in Alex's arms. His glow changed color, from blue to green. Calmer, brighter. The mother smiled. And now, only humans can finish what we started. My son is the bridge. Part of me, but awakened by you. Alex stood, his voice firm. What does he need from me? The mother walked closer. Not your machines. Not your weapons, just your presence, your memories, your stories. Alex looked down at the boy. The glowing triangle floated above his chest again. Then, it spoke, not in words, but in visions. Suddenly Alex saw himself, as a child on Earth, playing with his brother, laughing, crying, holding his mother's hand at a hospital bed. Saying goodbye. Tears came to his eyes. The alien child was reading him, feeling him. Then, the triangle pulsed once more and sent the image into the sky, like a signal across space. Alex blinked. What was that? The mother looked up. He's sending your story. A signal of what it means to be human. Alex watched the light disappear into the stars, and far, far away, something answered. A soft glow lit up the horizon. A beacon, a call. The mother whispered. Others heard. Not all are lost. They will come. But before hope could rise fully, the ground shook. And the sky turned red again. The hunters were back, and this time, they weren't alone. The stars turned red. Then they vanished. One by one, the sky was swallowed by blackness. Not night, not space. But something alive. They had returned. The hunters. But this time, they brought their full force. Dozens of ships, shaped like knives, pierced the clouds above the research station. They didn't land. They hovered like vultures watching a dying world. From below, the earth trembled. Dark towers rose from the ground, machines unfolding like flowers made of metal and hate. From inside them came the sound of thousands of steps. Not marching, crawling. Alex Carter had seen fear before Dot in emergency rooms. In war zones? In the mirror, but never like this. He stood at the edge of the hilltop lab. The alien child beside him, wrapped in a shield of soft green light. The boy's face was calm, but his energy flickered, his power not fully awakened. The alien mother stood tall behind them, glowing brighter than ever before. They will not take him, she said. Alex nodded. Then we fight. He tapped into the station's old defense systems. Outdated, rusted, but still functional. Turrets rose from the ground. Shields buzzed to life. Satellites turned their eyes to the skies. Earth tech. Human built. And for the first time in centuries, pointed at something not human. As the enemy forces moved in. Alex turned to the boy. Can you hear me? The child nodded faintly. Alex knelt, looking into his glowing eyes. You don't need to destroy them. Just show them what we are. Show them what they've forgotten. The boy closed his eyes. And then the light changed. From green to gold. Not a weapon. A memory. Images burst from the child's body. Earth memories. People laughing, crying, holding hands. A firefighter. Running into a burning building. A mother comforting a child. A soldier choosing peace over violence. All of it. Human courage. The sky filled with these memories. Like stars returning to the dark. For a moment, the machines paused. But only for a moment. Then the largest hunter dropped. It hit the ground. Like a god falling from heaven, tall as a tower, black as coal. Its eyes burning red. It raised its arm and fired. The ground exploded. Shields cracked. The hillside lab shook. Alex was thrown backward. Blood on his face. His ears ringing. He crawled toward the child. But the mother was already there, shielding them both with her body. She was glowing too brightly now, burning herself to keep them alive. No, Alex shouted, don't do this. She turned to him, smiling through pain. This is my last light. But you carry it forward. Then she looked down at her son. Shine, my child. And she was gone. Her body vanished into pure light, golden particles that flowed into the boy. He opened his eyes. But this time, they were not the eyes of a child. They were ancient. Powerful. Full of every memory she had ever held. The hunter fired again. But before the blast could land, the boy rose, not walking, floating. A glowing sphere formed around him. Spinning symbols. Waves of light. Human voices echoing through the air. The blast hit the sphere and disappeared. Just vanished. The massive hunter froze. The boy looked at it. And spoke with a voice made of many voices. Asterisk. You were made to protect life. You chose to end it. I remember who you were. Let me show you. A beam of soft golden energy struck the hunter, not burning it. Changing it. The red eyes faded, then blinked. Then turned blue. The hunter stepped back. Like waking from a long dark dream. Behind it, the other machines stopped moving. The war stopped. Not through violence, but through awakening. Alex stood slowly, broken but alive. He looked at the boy, now surrounded by a halo of memory, emotion, and light. The last machine knelt before him, and the sky began to clear. The war ended in silence, not with fire, not with death. But with stillness, the kind that follows something impossible. The sky, once full of red and smoke, now shimmered with soft light, memory light, stories and feelings, drifted through the air like golden snowflakes. Dr. Alex Carter stood at the edge of the ruined lab, his hands still shaking, his body bruised and cut. But his eyes held something new. The alien child floated gently to the ground. His glow had softened, his power had quieted. He was just a boy again, tired, blinking. Alive. Alex rushed forward and caught him. The boy smiled. I'm okay now. He whispered. Alex pulled him close. You saved us, he said. You saved everything. Behind them, the hunters no longer stood like soldiers. They had changed, kneeling, quiet, heads bowed. Machines that had once known only destruction were still, not because they were defeated, but because they remembered. Not orders, not programming, but feeling. And it was a human who reminded them. A soft sound echoed through the sky. Not a ship, not thunder. A hum dot, a warm vibration across the air. The stars shifted, and something arrived. A massive vessel of light, elegant and ancient. A ship not built, but grown from memory and energy. It hovered without sound, glowing like a sunrise. A voice spoke from above, not loud. Not commanding, just kind. We felt his call, and yours, human. The ship opened. Dozens of figures stepped out, beings of light like the alien mother. But older, wiser, the lost elders of the Ellerin race. They looked at Alex and bowed. He gave what we lost long ago. Empathy, sacrifice, love. The child reached out and took Alex's hand. He looked up at the elders. He didn't save me because I was powerful, he said. He saved me because I was hurting. The eldest figure stepped forward, holding a small glowing seed. She offered it to Alex. This is the seed of restoration. One wish, one truth. It can give you anything. Power, time, memory, pleasure. Alex stared at it. He thought of Earth, of loneliness, of the weight he had carried alone for so long. The promise the mother once made. Any pleasure you want. And yet, he shook his head. I don't want anything, he said. The aliens looked at each other. Surprised, Alex smiled softly. I already got my gift. I got to matter. The child stepped forward, then let the seed bloom. Not for you, but for everyone. He placed his hand on the seed. It cracked open. From it rose a tree, small at first, then growing taller, leaves of light spreading in every direction. The roots sank into the damaged soil. The tree hummed, not in sound, but feeling. It remembered. It healed the land. It healed the sky, and across the galaxy, forgotten worlds began to glow again. Memory returned. Feeling returned. Life returned, not because of power, but because of a single human who chose kindness over reward. Alex stood under the tree. Wind in his hair, the boy by his side. He was no longer just a doctor, no longer just alone. He was part of the great story. Now, and in the stars, where once there was silence, a new voice was heard. A human voice, singing.